Workmen from Virginia Beach were out early making final checks on the equipment. That finished, the valve was turned on and the water came out at a rate of 1,200 gallons a minute. The 1,000-foot well in Chuckatuck is one of two that Suffolk allowed Virginia Beach to build and drill from. Much of the day's testing involved determining water pressure levels. But officials also want to find out if the pumping done here will dry private residential wells in the area.
Well, we have a mitigation program with the city of Suffolk. That's the two cities agreed on. And if you had water before we came in, we'll make sure you have water later on.
Walk says if private wells like this one are affected, Virginia Beach will modify the pumping of its well. It costs Virginia Beach nearly $300,000 to drill this well, which will supply the resort city with 4 million gallons of water a day during the summer season. Virginia Beach has agreed to pay Suffolk 15 cents for every 1,000 gallons of water that's pumped, but a lawsuit between Suffolk and Norfolk may force the beach city to pay even more if Suffolk wins that suit. Walk says he hopes that issue will be settled as soon as possible.
We just hope they'll bring it down and treat it and sell it to us.
Officials here say if all the testing goes as planned, Virginia Beach should have water no later than June 1st, and they'll be able to use that water as long as Virginia Beach has a water emergency. Penny Williams, Area 10 Eyewitness News, Suffolk. One of the wells whose pump had to be lowered was this one, belonging to Bob Nelms. Workers had to drop his pump 21 feet deeper, bringing it down to 126 feet, an action Nelms viewed with mixed emotions.
Every time you put that, every foot you put that pump down in the well, it's going to cost you more to pump that water out than electricity.
Public utility officials from Virginia Beach assured residents of Suffolk that if their wells were affected, the city would take steps to make sure no one would be without water for more than 24 hours.
And if you had water before we came in, we'll make sure you have water later on.
But Nelm says he knows from experience what a giant city well can do to the little guy living nearby. This old abandoned well used to overflow until Norfolk built its giant well close by. All residents like Bob Nelms can do is wait and see if the same thing will happen again.
All we can do is try to go on faith. Everybody's guessing. Doesn't nobody know what's going on down there in the ground. All they can do is surmise.
Pumping will resume again tomorrow when the water will be coming out of this pump at up to 2,500 gallons a minute. Officials say they want to test the water levels at this well so they can determine how the private residential wells will be affected. Penny Williams, Area 10 Eyewitness News, Suffolk.